Baroness Chapman, UK Minister of State for International Development, Cabinet Ministers, National Coordinator SIFC, distinguished guests, Assalamu alaikum, and a very good morning to you all. I am Jamil Qureshi, Secretary of the Special Investment Facilitation Council and the Board of Investment. Today, we have gathered to witness Pakistan entering a new chapter, a Pakistan where regulations support growth, processes unlock opportunities, government becomes an architect of prosperity, and businesses become driver of national strength. This journey is not being walked alone. The Board of Investment and SIFC are accompanied by the federal ministries, provincial governments, regulators, and the private sector on industries and production, and chair of the Cabinet Committee on Regulatory Reforms. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Harun Akhtar.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, Honorable Prime Minister, Honorable Deputy Prime Minister, the Right Honorable Baroness Chapman, Minister of State for Development of the United Kingdom, respected ministers and parliamentarians, excellencies, development partners and friends, representatives of the business community, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum and a very good morning. Today marks more than a policy moment. It marks a turning of the page, a shift in how we see our economy, our institutions, and our national ambition. Among the many reforms our government is undertaking, one stands out as foundational: the transformation of Pakistan from a regulatory state into a developmental state. A developmental state is bold, enabling, forward-looking. It does not trap its citizens in red tape. It liberates them to innovate, compete, build, and rise. And that transformation begins with leadership. Our Prime Minister represents the very essence of leadership: clarity of vision, relentless hard work, and an unwavering resolve to turn potential into performance. Prime Minister, your standards are simple, results-based, and visionary. It is an honor to be a part of your team, led by someone who believes that progress is not an aspiration, it is an obligation. From the very beginning, Prime Minister, our reform path has been guided by your vision, a vision that combines tariff rationalization, regulatory modernization, and an ambitious industrial revival into one clear, coherent direction. And the results are visible: reduced compliance burdens, improved ease of doing business, and a regulatory architecture that encourages enterprise rather than restrains it. Under your guidance, Prime Minister, our committee focused on three clear goals: removing unnecessary restrictions that block firms from entering public markets, aligning SECP and stock exchange regulations with global best practices in successful, lightly regulated jurisdictions, sending a strong, unmistakable message that Pakistan wants its companies to grow, list, and raise long-term capital at home. Our aim is simple: compliance should be predictable, digital, and efficient. Being listed or properly registered should be a competitive advantage, not a burden. After extensive deliberations, the committee that I chaired has delivered concrete outcomes: over 250 reforms to streamline the Companies Act, elimination of 6 unnecessary special resolutions for listed companies, simplification of 11 resolutions, removing the need for SECP approval, and cutting delays that once frustrated investors. But let me be clear, regulatory reform is not an isolated effort. It is part of a wider transformation guided by 3 pillars: tariff rationalization, regulatory modernization, and export-led industrial revival. Under the new national tariff policy, we are moving towards predictability, competitiveness, and phasing out of arbitrary duties. Under the new national industrial policy, we are prioritizing sectors of the future: artificial intelligence, electric vehicles, green technologies, and advanced manufacturing. And regulatory reform is the foundation that allows all this to succeed. We are rewriting the relationship between the state and the entrepreneur, from suspicion to trust, from control to partnership, from micromanagement to clarity and predictable enforcement. Before concluding, I must acknowledge those who made this journey possible. To you, Prime Minister, thank you for recognizing that freeing the private sector is not just an economic strategy, but the only sustainable path to prosperity. Your leadership has enabled one of the most ambitious reform programs anywhere in the world today. To the Federal Minister for Investment, Mr. Kaisar Ahmed Sheikh, and the team at the Board of Investment, thank you for your tireless efforts and unwavering resolve. To Mr. Scott Jacobs, your professional guidance has been invaluable in helping to build a regulatory ecosystem that is simple, business-friendly, and internationally competitive. To the SECP, led by Chairman Akif Saeed and its Commissioner Muzaffar Mirza, your dedication, your technical expertise, and your commitment to reform have been extraordinary. To the UK Minister of State for Development and the UK High Commissioner, Excellencies, thank you very much for your steady, sincere support. And to your remit team, led by Usman Khan, your contributions across regulatory reform, industrial policy, halal beef exports, and vaccine manufacturing have been remarkable. And finally, to the business community of Pakistan, you're the backbone of this economy, you're the engine of our recovery, and you will be the architects of Pakistan's future. Prime Minister, these reforms will be your legacy, and it will outlast mere politics. When our talent choose to start businesses at home, grow and support their families and their ambition, they will thank your government and your leadership. That gift alone will be better than any leader.
Ladies and gentlemen, International Development.
Prime Minister, distinguished ministers, honourable guests and gentlemen. Visit to Pakistan, and this is my first, but already I can see that Pakistan is full of potential, youthful, entrepreneurial, abundant in natural resources, and at the centre of global trade routes. So it's a real privilege to be with you today as we launch the national regulatory reforms. It's an important part of how Pakistan moves past outdated, burdensome red tape and towards growth and opportunity. I know that the government's economic reforms are making a positive difference to the business community already, including UK investors. Inflation is down to the target range and business confidence is on the rise. This is benefiting the over 200 British companies who operate and invest in Pakistan, with the 6 biggest contributing 1% of Pakistan's GDP. That makes the UK Pakistan's 3rd largest bilateral trading partner and source of foreign direct investment. And through the UK's REMIT programme, we're working on the next stage of Pakistan's macroeconomic reform together, moving from economic stabilisation to sustainable growth. We've collaborated on legislative changes and on 472 reform proposals in total. Today's reforms should lower the cost of doing business for everyone, Pakistani and international companies, and they'll pave the way for more UK investment here in Pakistan. The reforms will break down barriers to investment and development in Islamabad, saving over 23,000 hours of labour for approvals for standalone commercial projects every single year. They'll streamline export certification, eliminating more than 600,000 paper documents, making Pakistan's products more competitive across the world. And they will modernise legislation to remove restrictions that stifle innovation and growth for unlisted companies. In fact, the first 2 packages of reform should have an economic impact of up to 300 billion Pakistani rupees each year, nearly £1 billion, with even greater benefits to come. So saying it is one thing, but measuring progress is another, which is why the Honourable Prime Minister's new Regimeter initiative is vital. It will share progress online and let the private sector give their feedback as well. Growth and opportunity. These are ambitions for UK and Pakistan that we share. And the links between our people play a huge part in the flow of trade and investment between our 2 countries as well. Trade is now at £5.5 billion a year. We've got a new trade dialogue, and we're supporting Pakistan's efforts to work with the 1.6 million strong Pakistani diaspora in the UK to unlock private capital. So I want to thank the Prime Minister and all the honourable ministers for the strength of the partnership between Pakistan and the United Kingdom in this important work. Modern partners work together, not as donors, but as investors. We're both bringing all of our strengths to the table to pursue the dynamic future for Pakistan that we all want to see. Thank you.
May I now request our Honourable Prime Minister to please come on the stage to award our reform champions with mementos of appreciation. May I first invite Mr. Akif Saeed, Chairman, Security Exchange Commission of Pakistan, Mr. Ubaidullah, CEO, Regulatory Authority of Pakistan, Mr. Usman Khan for his contributions to reform landscape, Mr. Scott Jacobs for his informed guidance and unwavering support on this journey. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the official launch of the Regimeter. Ladies and gentlemen, it is our highest honor to invite the Honorable Prime Minister of Pakistan, Muhammad Shehbaz Sharif, for his address, please.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Deputy Prime Minister Ishaq Dar, Right Honourable Baroness Chapman, Minister of State for International Development, United Kingdom, Honourable Federal Ministers, Mr. Harun Akhtar, NC, SAFC, Lieutenant General Sarfraz, Excellencies, Government Officials, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu Alaikum, and a very good morning. It's really a great pleasure to be here at this launching ceremony of our regulatory reforms in Pakistan, which has been demand of the people of this country from decades. As I speak, there is a whole lot of burden on potential investors, industrialists, businessmen, and every walk of life who have been suffering immensely at the hands of very cumbersome rules and regulations and procedures. And that had really given a severe blow to our overall economic environment. Ladies and gentlemen, when we took over the reins of this government back in March 2024, our economy was in a very difficult situation. We were at the verge of financial default. Our inflation was galloping and policy rate was crippling. So one could not imagine of any kind of investment in Pakistan, let alone FDIs, and the business in the country was in a turmoil. But we did not lose hope. Of course, these were very scary challenges, right looking into our faces through outstanding teamwork, excellent planning and untiring efforts. I can say today with a sense of relief and sense of achievement that Alhamdulillah Pakistan is economically out of woods. Our mega indicators are wonderful. You must have heard this news about IMF approving Pakistan's $1.2 billion tranche. You have to spill your blood and sweat to achieve your targets and convert your dreams into reality. And this was the commitment, unwavering determination to walk in that very difficult path in the last 1.5 years. And here we are. And today, alhamdulillah, we are now discussing how to now move forward and grow our economy, how to have foreign investment in very, very attractive areas of mutual benefits for countries and Pakistan, agriculture, IT, mines and minerals, We have a very young population, youth bulge. We are offering them vast opportunities for vocational training, and with the international certification, they will find productive jobs not only in Pakistan but abroad, making Pakistan richer. And this regulatory framework launch, I think, is a quantum jump, and this will facilitate our business community, our industry, our agriculture, FDIs from Europe, from Far East, from Middle East. And this will also take care of immense waste of time and resources, which leads to corruption and nepotism. So I think today is a great day that we are able to now announce and let the nation know, 240 million people, that the government is fully aware of the challenge of the day, and they are ready to walk with them with the speed they want us to walk. And then, of course, run, because you cannot run without learning how to walk. So, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to comment on this great team of federal government and, of course, in coordination with provincial governments. And in this behalf, I would like to thank British government, Prime Minister Starmer, Baroness, yourself and your team, and of course our High Commissioner, and of course Harun Akhtar, a very dynamic politician come businessman, and of course all those officers and politicians sitting here and who are not here in this room, who have made this happen, along with International Development UK. And I have to tell you very frankly and very honestly that UK has been a great partner in the progress of Pakistan. Like many other friends of Pakistan in the Middle East, Saudi Arabia, UAE, now we are having a wonderful relation with the United States of America, and I think we are looking forward to a wonderful time of mutual cooperation. UK has been a wonderful partner, and their focus on social sector has been outstanding in healthcare, education, skill development, and I'm a witness to this story of transformation for at least 13 years in Punjab, when I was serving Punjab with my best abilities and capacities. And whether it was primary education, it was primary health, we completely transformed Punjab's social sector, and I have to give full credit not only to the officials of and the politicians of Punjab at that point in time, but to DFID and today's FCDO. So thank you, Baroness. Thank you for your wonderful support, your government, all governments in fact, and thank you, High Commissioner, for this wonderful contribution. Finally, I would like to mention here, to operationalize this landmark reform, I have entrusted the Board of Investment to lead the Asan Karobar Technical Unit, a dedicated body tasked with continuous regulatory modernization, breaking departmental silos and aligning Pakistan's business environment with international best practices. In this context, I would like to encourage Jan Sarfraz, who's leading the show along with BOI and with a great team with him, to really now materialize and implement this program at lightning speed, so that the people of Pakistan can feel the change, that the change is coming not through words but through actual action on the ground, from Peshawar to Karachi, whether it's agriculture, whether it's health, whether it's education, whether it's vocational training, whether it's industry, commerce, exports, whatever under the sun. We have to really transform with our complete commitment and unwavering dedication. I'd like to thank you all once again, and thank you, Baroness, for visiting Pakistan, and this would be your first visit for many to come. Please convey my very warm regard to Prime Minister Starmer. I wish him best of luck